The alien war simulator was the pride of the galaxy, a machine that trained fleets and decided the future of empires. In the middle of a great battle test, thousands of ships moved across the glowing stars of the holographic sky. Admirals sat in silence, studying every move, until the screen shook. At first it looked like a glitch, a line of static cutting through the battlefield. Then the entire system froze, and every alien ship vanished from sight, the council chamber filled with alarm. Voices rose in panic as commanders tried to restart the program. Suddenly, a red warning flashed across the chamber walls. The message was short, but it made every leader fall quiet. System warning, human detected. For a long moment, no one spoke. Many thought humans were gone, a forgotten species with no power left in the stars. Yet the system itself spoke their name with authority. The silence grew heavier as the frozen screen shifted. A single warship appeared, orbiting a blue planet that every alien in the chamber recognized at once. Earth glowed bright, alive and unbroken. The council stared, hearts pounding, as the simulator's voice whispered again. Protocol 1, begin. The alarm still echoed through the chamber when the engineers pulled open the code of the simulator. They expected corrupted data, maybe sabotage from a rival empire, but what they found made their blood run cold. Buried deep in the system was a locked file labeled Terran Override. It had been sealed for centuries, untouched, waiting. The code was not alien, not familiar to any of them. It was human. The council shouted over one another, demanding answers. How could humans write the very system that trained their fleets? How could a forgotten species leave a trap hidden inside the most powerful machine in the galaxy? The simulator's screen flickered again, and the battle map returned. But this time, the ships that appeared were not alien vessels. Rows of armored human soldiers stood in formation, their faces hidden behind dark helmets, Earth's symbol glowing on their chests. The soldiers did not move at first. Then, as the chamber held its breath, one lifted a hand. On the screen, the alien fleets froze in mid-flight, locked in place as if held by an invisible grip. Panic erupted. The chamber filled with fear, and every leader realized the truth. Humanity was not gone. Humanity was in control. Whispers spread through the council chamber like fire. Some called the human figures a ghost program, a leftover virus from the past. Others insisted this was no trick. The soldiers on the screen stood in silence, their armor shining with the mark of Earth, their presence heavy and unshakable. Then the battlefield stretched wider, revealing more than anyone expected. Beyond the frozen alien fleets, new icons appeared in the simulation. Massive dreadnoughts with sharp edges and dark hulls slid into view. One after another, human warships emerged, each one larger than the last, their shadows blotting out the stars. Alien admirals gasped as their own battleships looked small and fragile beside the Terran giants. For centuries, they had laughed at the thought of humanity holding power, but the images on the screen told another story. The simulator's voice broke the silence. Its tone was calm, cold, and merciless. Protocol 2 activated, humanity returns. The words struck harder than any weapon. Every alien leader in the room felt their throat tighten. If these fleets were only data, why did their scanners begin to detect strange signals in real space? On the edge of the galaxy, something was waking, something human. The council chamber erupted in chaos. Alien delegates pounded the table, shouting for the simulator to be shut down before the entire system collapsed. Others screamed that it was already too late. Outside the chamber, fleets scrambled to confirm what their sensors were showing. At first, they thought it was a projection, another layer of the simulation, but then the truth became impossible to deny. Real ships were appearing at the edge of known space, their designs identical to the Terran dreadnoughts displayed on the screen. Fear cut through the galaxy's most powerful leaders. Generals reported that the mysterious warships were moving in perfect formation, no wasted energy, no hesitation. Each vessel carried the emblem of Earth, glowing bright against the black void. The chamber filled with the sound of dozens of voices, some demanding an immediate attack, others whispering that resistance would be suicide. Then, the simulator shifted again, filling the air with a new vision. Earth itself appeared, not dead or ruined as history claimed, but alive, shining blue and green. Across its surface, defense grids lit up like a storm. For centuries, the galaxy had ignored that world, thinking it broken and weak. Now they watched in dread as it woke from its silence. The chamber went still as the human soldiers inside the simulator finally moved. Their steps echoed like thunder across the holographic floor, each stride steady, unhurried, unstoppable. The alien leaders leaned forward, frozen by fear, as the soldiers raised their visors. Their faces remained hidden, but their voices filled the room, deep and unified. "We were never gone. You were never ready." The words cut through every defense, every excuse, every lie the galaxy had told itself about Earth's fall. Then the soldiers vanished, leaving behind something far more dangerous. Tactical maps appeared across the chamber walls, glowing red with weak points in every alien fleet, every empire's defenses exposed in a single heartbeat. Generals shouted in horror as they saw their homeworlds marked, their hidden stations revealed. The message was clear: humanity knew everything. Before anyone could react, long-range sensors screamed a warning. From the void, massive Terran dreadnoughts slipped into real space. They came not from hyperspace lanes, not from wormholes, but from vaults hidden in forgotten sectors, waiting for this very moment. Alien fleets rushed to respond, engines burning, but the humans were already in position. The galaxy's illusion of control shattered as a single Terran warship broke orbit. Near the alien capital world, every screen in the council chamber lit up with the image of the Terran warship now hovering. Above their capital world, alien fleets swarmed around it, dozens of battleships forming a blockade, weapons locked and charged. The chamber buzzed with orders to fire, but before a single shot could launch, the Terran vessel sent out a transmission. It was not a threat, not a demand. It was a silent live feed. On the screens, the inside of the human ship appeared. Rows of officers sat at their stations, calm and steady, their black uniforms sharp against the pale glow of their consoles. Their eyes were focused, cold and unshaken by the wall of enemy firepower outside. Not a single weapon was raised. Not a single command was spoken. The silence carried more weight than any superweapon the aliens had ever built. One by one, alien admirals turned pale as they realized the humans were not nervous, not even concerned. They were waiting. The chamber grew tense as the camera slowly shifted, revealing a single officer seated at the center of the command deck. He leaned forward, the room holding its breath. Then in a low, steady voice, he gave one word. "Begin." The instant the word echoed through the council chamber, the simulator flared alive. Its glowing stars began to collapse, folding in on themselves, until the boundary between simulation and reality started to blur. At first, the aliens thought it was another projection, but then their fleets, real fleets in open space, began to vanish from the tactical boards. Entire battle groups blinked out of existence, deleted like lines of code. Panic tore through the council as admirals screamed into comms, demanding answers, but their voices returned only with silence. From the broken void, new shapes emerged. Human warships, vast angular titans, slid into place where alien fleets had once stood. Their hulls gleamed with the mark of Earth, their presence heavy and absolute. Smaller Terran cruisers darted between them, precise and coordinated, herding alien survivors like prey. Every escape corridor, every safe route was blocked. Then the galaxy saw what true power meant. A shadow filled the chamber screen, dwarfing even the dreadnoughts. It was a Titan-class warship, its size equal to a small moon. Its hull unfolded like a beast awakening, revealing endless rows of weapons and glowing engines. The chamber trembled in fear. The humans had not just returned. They had brought a nightmare. The council chamber shook as the Titan-class warship came into full view. Its sheer size made planets feel small, its weapons glowing with silent promise. Alien leaders collapsed into their seats, voices breaking into desperate pleas. Some shouted for mercy, others begged for negotiations, but no human voice answered. The Terran fleets moved with machine-like precision, cutting down the last fragments of resistance until the galaxy's proud navies were nothing but wreckage on the tactical screens. Then the simulator's voice returned, louder than ever, echoing across every star system connected to the network. Simulation complete. Judgment rendered. Humanity ascends. The words rang like a verdict. Every alien realized the truth at once. The war simulator had never been theirs. It had always belonged to humanity. For centuries, the galaxy had been training not against humans, but for them, unwitting pawns in their return. The chamber's screens flickered to black. Silence pressed in like a weight. And then, from the shadows, a single figure appeared at the center of the council floor. The human soldier stepped forward, armor gleaming with Earth's symbol, visor reflecting the pale faces of every alien leader. Reality and simulation had merged, and the future now stood in front of them. Humanity had arrived,